the part of IC engine we will discuss. So now we will discuss about the combustion chamber. So what is combustion chamber? Where the air fuel mixture or the charge. In case of petrol engine, the air fuel mixture is the charge, or in case of a diesel engine, the air will be compressed and the fuel will be injected. So the charge will be burned, that will be known as your where combustion chamber. The space enclosed in the upper part of the cylinder by the cylinder head and the piston top during the combustion process is called combustion chamber. Combustion chamber is a closed space in which combustion of the fuel takes place. You can say fuel or you may say that charge also. So see here, when the piston is at TDC, top dead center, so there is a space between the cylinder head and the top dead center of the piston. So this space is known as your what? Combustion chamber. So where the fuel will be combust. Inlet and exhaust valve. So what is the function of inlet and exhaust valve? So as the name says that inlet means the charge will be enter into the cylinder. Okay. And inlet valve will be inside the inlet manifold. So in case of a 4-stroke, we say that it is inlet valve, but in case of a 2-stroke, we say that is intake port. Okay. And exhaust valve, where the after doing the work or after you get the power stroke, the unburned fuel will be exhaust to the atmosphere. So you know that from the silencer the smoke will be go out. So up to the engine to the silencer, where from the engine the unburned fuel will be out by the exhaust valve, and then it will passes through your silencer. So the exhaust valve is located at the junction of exhaust port and the cylinder. So you can get exhaust manifold. Exhaust ports are used in 2-stroke engine, valves are used in 4-stroke engine. So what inlet valve do? Inlet valve allow the fresh charge to enter into the cylinder. Exhaust valve provide the passage for the burnt gases to escape from the cylinder. What is the material? The inlet valve is made up of nickel chromium steel and exhaust valve is made up of silicon steel. Then inlet and exhaust manifold. As I said, the inlet valve will be the house of the inlet manifold, exhaust valve is the house of the exhaust manifold is the house of exhaust valve, inlet manifold is the house of the inlet valve. The pipe through which air and fuel mixture is drawn into the cylinder is called inlet manifold, and the pipe through which the flue gases or unburned fuel will be escaped to the atmosphere is known as the exhaust manifold. So see the diagram. So see here, this is the inlet valve, this is the exhaust valve. So here some passage is there. So this passage is known as the inlet manifold and exhaust valve is present in the exhaust manifold. So that is known as exhaust valve. So that is the passage where the inlet valve will fresh charge will be in through the inlet valve and the exhaust valve gas will be out from the cylinder. Then is your piston ring. So you know that there are in the piston there are 3 groups are there. Okay. So what is the function of the piston ring? It will be act as a good seal between the piston and cylinder wall. Okay. The upper ring is called compression ring and lower ring is known as your what? Oil ring. So you can see here top compression ring, then secondary compression ring, then oil ring. So it will be give you the seal between the piston and the cylinder wall. Okay. And what is the function? Compression ring are used to provide the gas tight sealing to prevent the leakage of lubricant oil into the engine cylinder. The oil ring, also called the scraper ring, are used to scrap the used lubricant oil into the crank. So what is the material of the ring? Alloy cast iron contains silicon, manganese, alloy steel, etc. So see here, this is the piston ring group, this is the oil scraper ring, this is the compression ring. This ring is your oil scraper and this is your coil spring. Oil scraper ring, that is this ring. This is the compression ring. Okay. So here is the Gaussian pin. So after we will discuss what is the function of Gaussian pin also. So remember. Then we will discuss your connecting rod. What is the function of the connecting rod? The connecting rod interconnect the piston and the crankshaft. In the connecting rod, you can see the picture that connecting rod have two ends. One is a smaller end, one is a bigger end. The small end is connected with the smaller end will be connected with the piston, and lower end is connected, a big end is connected to the crankshaft. So as you can see here, the big end will be connected. This is the connecting rod, this is the piston. The connecting rod small end is connected with the piston, and big end will be connected to the connecting rod. That is the function of the connecting rod. So what is the function of the connecting rod? It will transmit the power in the cylinder, from the cylinder when the air fuel mixture or any charge fuel will be burned. It will be give the force to the piston, and piston transmit the force to the connecting rod, and from connecting rod to crankshaft, and then it will be converted into work. Okay. So what the connecting rod do? It will only use for transmit the power that will be produced inside the cylinder to the which it will be transmitted. It will transmit to the crankshaft. A small end is connected to the piston and big end is connected to the crankshaft. Okay. So it converts the reciprocating motion of the piston into rotary motion. As we know that piston will be reciprocate from up and down. Piston will be up and down inside the cylinder. That means it will be reciprocate. But this connecting rod will be convert the reciprocating motion into rotary motion. That is the main function of the connecting rod. Okay. Shaft means it is a rotating device. The piston is reciprocate. Then due to reciprocating motion is converted to rotary motion. Why? How? Because of this connecting rod. This connecting rod convert the reciprocating motion of the piston into rotary motion of the crankshaft, because one end of the connecting rod is connected to piston and other end is connected to crankshaft. And what is the material? Material is a medium carbon steel or alloy steel and alloy steel. Then piston pin. The small end of the connecting rod is connected to piston and big end is connected to crank. The piston pin is the pin which connects the small end of the connecting rod to piston. The small end of the connecting rod will be attached to the piston by the piston pin. Is known as also which pin? Gudgeon pin or wrist pin. As you this one is the Gudgeon pin. So Gudgeon pin help to. So this is the hole where the connecting rod small end will be connected to the what? Gudgeon pin. This is also known as piston pin or also is also known as a wrist pin. What is crank pin? The connecting rod big end is connected to the crankshaft and it will be connected by your which pin? Crank pin. Then it's your crank and crankshaft. So see, this is the smaller end, this is the bigger end. So bigger end is connected to what? Crankshaft. So this crankshaft will be connected to the bigger end of the connecting rod through crank pin. Okay. The crank is a lever that is connected to the two end of the connecting rod. That is the end of the connecting rod, big end of the connecting rod by the pin joint. That is known as your crank pin. In other end is rigid to the shaft called crankshaft. Okay. The crankshaft is the principle of rotating part of the engine, and the crankshaft is provided with suitable hole to help the lubricant system. And what is the function? It converts the reciprocating motion of the piston into useful rotary motion of the output shaft. So this crankshaft is our which shaft? Output shaft, where the flywheel will be connected and this power will be transmitted, and we are utilize the power for running the vehicle. Okay. So see, this is the crank. So crank one end is connected to the big end of the connecting rod and other end is connected to the crankshaft. How the power will be transmitted from the piston to connecting rod to crank to crankshaft. Okay. Then we will discuss about the camshaft. The camshaft is the shaft on which cam are mounted. The cam is driven by the crankshaft through the timing gear, and these shafts are provided to drive to the ignition system. The camshaft are basically used for opening and closing of the valve, and also you are utilizing for the spark ignition or fuel injector. It is used to operate the intake and exhaust valve through the cam puller, push rod and rocker arm. What is the material? Material is a forged steel. That is a camshaft. What is cam? Cam is the integral part of the camshaft, and cam are designed in such a way that to open the valve at the correct time and keep them open for the necessary duration. See, this is the cam lobe and this is the cam shaft. So see the arrangement here. This is the piston, this is your valve, this is also your valve, inlet valve. So this is the rocker arm, this is known as your rocker arm, this is your tap rod, this is the push rod, this is your tap pad, this is the cam. See, this is the cam shaft. Cam shaft will be attached to the two gear, big gear and small gear, and this small gear is attached to the what? Crankshaft. When the crankshaft will be rotated, it will be for transmit the power through this chain drive, and the power will be given to this crankshaft, and due to the cam lobe, piston well, this is the major portion and this is the minor end. Major and minor end, when it will be come to this side, this will be give the push. When it will be give the push, this valve will be, and the rocker arm will be give the force to the spring and the valve will be open. This way how the crankshaft will be cam and camshaft. Camshaft will be rotated by this timing gear, or you can say chain and sprocket arrangement, and this will be how the camshaft will be rotated because of your crankshaft. Through the and power will be transmitted through the chain drive. You can see here the piston connecting rod, small end is connected to the piston, big end is the crank, and crank one end is connected to the crankshaft. The crankshaft will be having some gear. This gear, from this crankshaft, the power will be transmitted to the camshaft through this chain and sprocket arrangement. So this chain and sprocket arrangement is basically used to transmit the power from the crankshaft to the camshaft. Okay, the camshaft having some cam lobe. So see, this is a cam lobe. So when it will be come to the upper portion, or this portion, this is the cam heel, and this peak type is a cam lobe. When it will be come to the cam lobe, so it will be give, see, one is on the cam lobe and other valve is on the cam heel. So cam heel, the valve is closed. When it will be come to the cam lobe, it will give the push to the push rod, and the rocker arm will give the force to the spring and the valve will be open. And in this position, when there will be the valve push rod or the push rod will be attached to the cam heel, that means the valve is in closed position. Here the valve is in open position. Clear? This cam lobe give the force and the push rod will be give the force to the rocker arm will be give the force to the spring and the valve will be open. Clear? So that is the cam and the camshaft. Camshaft, you know that what camshaft is? Shaft on which cam are mounted. And cam, these are the cam. This is known as your, this is the cam. This is the cam heel. This is the peak part is your cam lobe. Okay. So what is the function? Operate the intake exhaust valve by the cam follower and your push rod and rocker arm. Okay. Cam and follower arrangement, and this is the push rod and this is the rocker arm. Some springs are there. What is the function of cam? Cam are designed in such a way that to open the valve at the correct time. So how the cam? When the cam lobe person will become, that person will give the push and valve will be open. When the cam heel person will become, then it will the valve is closed. So automatically it will be open and close the valve. Then we go for flywheel. What is the function of flywheel? Flywheel is a heavy wheel that is connected to the extreme end of the crankshaft. After crankshaft, when the power will be, you get the mechanical energy. That mechanical energy will be stored inside the flywheel. Which energy? Excess energy will be stored. The size of the flywheel depend upon the number of cylinder and general construction of the engine. What flywheel do? Flywheel store the excess energy during the power stroke of the engine and supply the energy for the movement of piston during the remain stroke. Only one power stroke is there where you get the power. And the much power you get, that sum of the power will be utilized to run the vehicle, and the remaining energy will be stored in the flywheel. So only one stroke will be give you the power. For the other movement of the connecting rod, piston and all these things, where you get the power? You get the power from the flywheel. The flywheel will be give the power to run the stroke or to run the or to movement of the other part of the, that is a crank and crankshaft, all this. So thus its function is to maintain uniform rotation of the crankshaft. So what is the material of the crankshaft? Sorry, what is the material of the flywheel? That is your cast iron. So basically flywheel is a heavy wheel that will be connected to the crankshaft. Okay, and it will where it will be used or why it will be used? It is used to store the excess energy during the power stroke. Okay, so that is the function of the flywheel.